How did Lebanon, once known as the Switzerland of the Middle East, find itself on the brink of collapse? It all started with the Civil War. In the mid-20th century, Lebanon was a thriving, prosperous country, a beacon of financial stability and a haven for tourists. But in 1975, this tranquility was shattered as the nation plunged into a brutal civil war. This conflict, which stretched on for 15 agonizing years, forever altered the face of Lebanon. The Civil War erupted due to a complex mix of social, political, and religious tensions. The country's delicate balance of power was upset, and the nation was fractured along sectarian lines. Christians, Muslims, Druze, and an array of political factions, each allied with different foreign powers, engaged in a violent struggle for control. Key events during this period highlighted the devastating impact of the war. The 2-year siege of Beirut, the capital city, resulted in widespread destruction and loss of life. The Sabra and Shatila massacre, a horrifying event that saw thousands of Palestinians killed, remains a dark chapter in Lebanon's history. Foreign powers too played significant roles in the conflict. Syria, with its long-standing interests in Lebanon, intervened, effectively controlling large parts of the country. Israel, concerned about the rise of Palestinian militant groups in Lebanon, invaded in 1982, adding another layer of complexity to the war. The Civil War was not merely a military conflict. It was a societal and economic catastrophe. It tore apart the social fabric of Lebanon as communities turned against each other. The economy crumbled as the war devastated infrastructure, disrupted trade, and deterred investments. Lebanon's status as a financial hub faded, and the nation descended into economic hardship. The Civil War that lasted 15 years until 1990 left indelible scars on Lebanon's society, economy, and infrastructure. This conflict marked a turning point in Lebanon's history, a shift from prosperity to struggle, from peace to conflict. It was the beginning of a journey that would lead Lebanon to the brink of collapse. Following the Civil War, Lebanon entered a period of relative peace. However, the country was far from stable. The conflict had left deep scars, both physical and emotional, and the path to healing was fraught with challenges. The war officially ended with the Taif Agreement in 1989. A document that called for equal representation between Christian and Muslim factions in government. This was a significant step towards rebuilding the nation, but it also sowed the seeds of sectarian politics. The Taif Agreement, while it brought an end to the bloodshed, also institutionalized sectarianism in the political structure, creating a fragile balance of power. As Lebanon was trying to pick up the pieces, it was also grappling with the continued presence of foreign forces. Syrian troops, who had entered during the Civil War to support the Lebanese government, remained stationed in the country, a reminder of the complex geopolitical ties that had contributed to the war's outbreak. The post-war period was marked by a push for rebuilding and rehabilitation. Beirut, once known as the Paris of the Middle East, was a city in ruins. Its famous corniche, a promenade lined with palm trees, was now a stark reminder of the war's devastation. There was a collective effort to rebuild, to restore the city and the country to their former glory. But the task was monumental, and the journey arduous. Political instability was another significant challenge. The fragile peace was frequently punctuated by political assassinations, sectarian violence, and protests, as different factions vied for power and influence. The rise of Hezbollah, a Shia political and military organization, added another layer of complexity to Lebanon's already volatile political landscape. Despite the end of the Civil War, Lebanon remained a hotbed of political and sectarian tension. The country had entered a period of fragile peace, but the road to stability was long and winding, with many hurdles along the way. As we delve deeper into Lebanon's history, we'll explore the challenges it faced in the subsequent decades leading up to the present day. In the midst of political instability, a new conflict emerged, the Hezbollah-Israel conflict. Born out of the ashes of the Lebanese Civil War, Hezbollah, a Shiite political and military organization, took root in the early 80s. What started as a resistance movement against the Israeli occupation of southern Lebanon soon evolved into a full-blown conflict, with Hezbollah and Israel locked in a deadly and costly struggle. In the year 2000, Israel withdrew its forces from Lebanon, ending a 22-year occupation. However, this did not bring peace to the region. Instead, tensions escalated, culminating in the 2006 Lebanon War, a 34-day military conflict between Hezbollah and Israel. The conflict had a profound impact on Lebanon's society and economy. Infrastructure was heavily damaged, and the country was once again plunged into a state of chaos and instability. Thousands of people were displaced from their homes, and the cost of rebuilding was astronomical. Hezbollah, for its part, emerged from the conflict stronger and more popular among certain segments of the Lebanese population. Despite the destruction and loss of life, many saw the organization as a defender of Lebanon against Israeli aggression. The Hezbollah-Israel conflict hasn't been without international implications. The involvement of regional and global powers has further complicated the situation, with the conflict becoming a proxy battleground for larger geopolitical struggles. On the economic front, the conflict has added to Lebanon's woes. The cost of war, coupled with political corruption and economic mismanagement, has led to a severe financial crisis in the country. The Lebanese pound has lost much of its value, and the country is grappling with hyperinflation, unemployment, and a lack of basic services. The Hezbollah-Israel conflict further strained Lebanon's already fragile stability, leading to periodic bouts of violence that continue to this day. This ongoing struggle is not merely a local or regional issue, but one that has wider implications for the Middle East and the world at large. In August 2020, a disaster struck Lebanon that would further deepen its crisis: the Beirut explosion. Imagine a sunny day in Lebanon's capital, Beirut, suddenly transformed into a scene of unimaginable destruction. 2,750 tons of ammonium nitrate, an explosive compound, ignited in the city's port area, unleashing a shockwave that devastated the city. The force of the explosion was so strong that it was felt hundreds of miles away, even across the Mediterranean Sea. What caused this catastrophic event? The ammonium nitrate had been stored unsafely in a warehouse for 6 long years. A ticking time bomb left unattended. The explosion took the lives of over 200 people, injured thousands, and displaced hundreds of thousands from their homes. The city's infrastructure was left in ruins, with buildings shattered and hospitals overwhelmed. The repercussions of this event were not limited to the immediate aftermath. The explosion dealt a crippling blow to Lebanon's already struggling economy. The port of Beirut, a vital lifeline for the import-dependent nation, was destroyed. The cost of the damage was estimated to be in the billions of dollars, a daunting figure for a country already grappling with a severe economic crisis. The political fallout was equally significant. The explosion sparked widespread protests against the government's negligence that led to the disaster. The Lebanese government, already facing criticism for its handling of the economic crisis, was pushed further into turmoil. The Prime Minister and his cabinet resigned amidst the public outcry, leaving the nation in a political vacuum. In the face of such devastation, the resilience of the Lebanese people shone through. They came together, helping each other to rebuild their homes, their city, and their lives. The international community also rallied, providing aid and support in the wake of the disaster. The Beirut explosion was a devastating blow to a country already on the brink of collapse. Yet it also served as a stark reminder of the urgent need for change, for a new beginning that could steer Lebanon away from the precipice of disaster and towards a more hopeful future. Today, Lebanon stands as a stark reminder of a paradise lost. Once a beacon of prosperity and a tourist paradise, this vibrant nation now wrestles with economic turmoil, political instability, and social challenges that seem insurmountable. Yet, amidst this despair, the spirit of the Lebanese people remains unbroken, their resilience a testament to their enduring strength. Lebanon's economic crisis is a tale of hyperinflation, rampant unemployment, and a banking sector that has crumbled. The Lebanese pound has lost nearly 90% of its value since late 2019, and the cost of basic necessities has skyrocketed. People queue for hours for bread and fuel, their daily lives consumed by the struggle for survival. In the political arena, Lebanon grapples with a power vacuum. The government's resignation in the aftermath of the Beirut explosion of August 2020 left the nation leaderless, exacerbating the crisis. Corruption runs rampant, trust in public institutions has evaporated, and the country is left teetering on the brink of collapse. Yet amidst these challenges, the social fabric of Lebanon remains vibrant. The Lebanese people, known for their resilience and indomitable spirit, refuse to be defeated. Protests against corruption and demand for political reform are a common sight. The people have taken it upon themselves to support each other, organizing community kitchens and local aid initiatives. Their spirit remains undeterred, their determination to rebuild their homeland unyielding. The current state of Lebanon is a far cry from its heyday as the Switzerland of the Middle East. The prosperity that once was seems like a distant memory, replaced by a harsh reality of poverty and struggle. Yet the Lebanese people march on, their resilience shining through the despair. Lebanon's journey from prosperity to poverty serves as a powerful testament to the destructive power of war and political instability. Yet it also serves as a testament to the indomitable spirit of its people, who, despite the hardships, continue to strive for a better future.